Hello and welcome to Djembe Drumming
Episode 4
with Tim
and Dave. During this episode, we're going to be looking at two different djembe parts that work together to form our third piece of music. We'll also be adding a new introduction and a new ending.
We'll also be looking at a West African culture called the Yoruba people and some of their spiritual practices that include music and drumming. Before we learn the piece, let's do a warm-up that involves call and response drumming on the djembes. Press pause and make sure everyone's got a djembe. Djembe's ready, hands ready, I'll do the call.
And you'll follow me and do the response.
Here we go. Well done! Did you manage to follow all the responses?
Did you play in time together?
Now press pause on the video and have a go at making up some calls and responses. Perhaps you could take it in turns to make up the call while everybody else plays the response. In this session, we're going to learn a piece called Eshu. Can you say Eshu? Eshu was a deity, like a god, worshipped by the Yoruba people of West Africa. Their culture has existed for around 1,000 years. Eshu's purpose is to teach people lessons using tricks and riddles, as well as to carry messages from the gods down to the people. The Yoruba people would drum and sing Eshu song lines in order to invite Eshu to teach them lessons, to carry messages to them, and to bring them good luck. Can I have some good luck, please?
Now later on in this session, we're going to ask you to split into two groups. But so that we can all learn together, we want everybody to learn both part 1 and part 2 at the same time.
Let's learn part 1 of our groove. We'll learn it by saying the words first of all. I'll say the words and you can repeat after me with Tim. Boom, pa, boom, pa, boom. Pa, 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 pa.
Boom, pa, boom, pa, boom. Pa, 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 pa.
Now try clapping the rhythm while saying the words. Our two sounds on the djembe are boom and pa. So when we clap down here on boom, and we'll clap up here on pa. Repeat after me. Call and response. You can respond with Tim. Boom, pa, boom, pa, boom. Pa, 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 pa.
Boom, pa, boom, pa, boom. Pa, 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 pa.
Boom, pa, boom, pa, boom. Pa, 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 pa.
Boom, pa, boom, pa, boom. Pa, 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 pa.
Well done. Now press pause on the video and practice looping the words and the clapping for part 1. Now, before we practice that rhythm on our drums, just listen to Tim and I playing the rhythm on the djembe. We're going to play it fast to start with. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowed down, it sounds like this. Let's do that as a call and response. On your drums, say the words and play the rhythm. I'll do the call, you can do the response with Tim. Hands ready? Here we go. Well done! Did you all play the response in time together? Now I'm sure you can remember what looping is. So press pause on the video and practice looping part 1 on the djembe.
Welcome back. Did you manage to loop part 1 around and round?
Let's have a look at part 2. Me and Tim will play it so you can hear what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll learn pattern 2 using words. We're going to use Eshu's name. So repeat these words after me. Eshu,
Eshu,
Abara,
Abara,
Gabo.
Gabo.
Now let's say the words in rhythm, call and response. Eshu, Abara, Gabo.
Eshu, Abara, Gabo.
We'll do the same thing again, but add 3 booms on the drum. Eshu, Abara, Gabo.
Eshu, Abara, Gabo.
Let's try that pattern on the drum. So the words Eshu, Abara, Gabo are played on pars, and then it's 3 booms. We'll practice it, call and response. Me first, then you play the response with Tim. Here we go. When we learn a new drumming pattern, it's always good to start slow. And if you feel like you want to play it faster, that's a really good thing. But it's best not to speed up. Play the pattern slowly, stop, and then play the pattern again at a faster speed.
In music, we refer to the speed of a piece as a tempo. The more beats there are in a minute, the faster the tempo. The less beats per minute, the slower the tempo.
So now we're going to ask you to practice looping pattern 2. First of all, at a slower tempo, and then play again at a slightly faster tempo.
Now press pause and give it a go. Welcome back. How did you get on looping the patterns and trying different tempos?
Now let's have a look at what those 2 patterns sound like played in time together. Now we're going to ask you to practice playing the 2 parts together. but try starting it with a slow tempo. Now split the group into two. Half the group will be playing part 1, which goes like this.
And half the group will be playing part 2, which goes like this.
Once you're in the two groups, practice looping part 1 and part 2 together at the same time.
Press pause and have a go. Welcome back. Did you manage to loop both patterns at the same time? Remember, you can always revisit the episodes and you could try it at a different tempo. The one thing to remember though is that both parts are played in time together. If you made mistakes, it really doesn't matter. Just remember that practice makes better.
Now let's have a look at the introduction to the piece. We call this the intro part. Let's see what it sounds like. Tim and I'll play it. So now let's slow that down. We're going to count these beats in numbers because there's lots of them and they're quite quick. And we'll say the word "and" in between each number. Like this, just watch. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Pa, pa. All of these beats are on a boom. These are on a pa. We're also going to be getting louder throughout the introduction.
In music, we call that a crescendo, when something starts really quiet and then gets louder.
Can you say the word crescendo? Good. Let's have a listen to our introduction as a crescendo. Here we go. Let's play the introduction part. We'll play it as a call and response because that's a good way to learn a new drumming pattern. However, when we play the intro, we only play this once. So we won't be looping this pattern. Let's play it call and response just so that we can learn it. Me first, and then you play along with Tim. Here we go. Say the numbers in your head. Now press pause on the video and practice the introduction part. Remember, don't loop it. You're only going to play it once. Perhaps your teacher could count you in like this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Press pause and have a go.
Welcome back. How did you get on with the intro? Did you manage to get everybody playing together at the same time? Now we've mastered part 1, part 2, and the introduction.
Our main two djembe parts played together, part 1 and part 2, we're going to call that the groove. Can you say groove? Well done. Our intro will always go straight into the groove. Intro into groove. Me and Tim will play it. Just listen. Now press pause on the video and practice going from the intro into the groove. Press pause and give it a go.
Welcome back. How did you get on moving from your introduction into the groove? I bet it sounded really good and I hope you're having a lot of fun. Now, let's have a look at the ending.
The ending for group 1 is a vocal call. I'll show you that in a second. The ending for group 2 is exactly the same as the intro. But let's all learn the vocal call. It's a vocal call with a high-pitched sound and you waggle your tongue like this. Let's give that a go. Hands like this. Deep breath in. Remember, high pitch and waggle your tongue. Me first, then you. The vocal call lasts for a count of 5 like this. And then there are 2 pa hits on the drum, like this. Let's try that again. Let's practice that. Me first, and then you. Hands ready, deep breath in. Here we go. Well done. It can be pretty tricky, but it's a lot of fun. Let's have a look at what the ending sounds like, with part 1's doing the vocal
and part 2 doing the drumming.
Just watch and listen. We'd like you to practice the ending. Part 1's do the vocal,
part 2's do the drumming,
and then both end together with a pa pa.
Press pause and have a go.
Welcome back. Did you manage to play the ending with the vocal and the part 2 drumming and get the pas in time together? Now let's have a look at the whole structure of our piece, Eshu. First of all, me and Tim will play the whole thing. Just watch and listen. Let's take a look at the structure for our piece Eshu. We're going to start with the introduction, which everyone plays together. Then it's our groove, and we'll play that 8 times through. In the groove, you can swap who's playing part 1 and part 2, if you like. Then it's our ending, with part 1's doing the vocal call and part 2's doing the drumming, with everybody ending in time together on the pa-pas. Press pause and have a go.
Welcome back. Did you manage to get through the piece? Did you all manage to play
in time together?
We really hope you had a lot of fun playing that piece and that you've really enjoyed this session.
In the next session, we'll be working some more on this piece and adding a new section called the breaks section. And also adding some parts from some other instruments, some percussion instruments that you may have on your percussion trolley. So for the next session, try to make sure you have 2 or 3 shakers and 2 or 3 bells, and we'll show you some shaker and bell parts that go with our piece.
Thanks for joining us on this session, and we hope you're having a lot of fun. Remember, practice makes better. See you in episode 5. Goodbye.
Bye.